Everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is the 22nd word in my Word of the Day series in association with Mrs. Wordsmith. So welcome back. Today's word, I'm just going to go straight for it. It comes from the pink section of the Mrs. Wordsmith dictionary, and the pink section contains taste and smell words. Taste and smell words are my fave. Okay, so today's word is, drum roll, savoury. Savoury. Now, I want you to look really closely at the spelling of this word. So you say savoury, savoury. Usually the bit would be ER, wouldn't it? Like an ER letters make the sound. But in this word, the spelling is OU. So look really closely at that spelling. The spelling is SAVOURY. Have a really close look at that spelling. It is a descriptive word. It's another adjective. So it's a describing word. It's a word that's used to describe a noun. And usually this word is used to describe the taste of different foods. So if you look at the definition is an explanation of what the word means. So it means salty or spicy, like pizza sauce or a peppery steak. Okay, salty or spicy. Now, if you use the word savoury, it is a word that you use to describe food that is not sweet. So savoury is kind of the opposite of sweet. So salty or spicy, like pizza sauce or a peppery steak. So most foods that you would have for your main course are savoury foods. So I'm going to show you a few examples of my favourite savoury foods. So one of my favourite savoury foods is Marmite. I know it's controversial. I know some of you will hate Marmite. They do say you love it or you hate it. I love it. I think it's delicious. So Marmite is one of my favourite savoury foods. It's quite salty. Another of my favourite savoury foods is olives. This is a bit of a weird one. I know that lots of people, especially lots of children, don't like olives, but I think they're delicious, and they usually come in a jar with like some sort of salty water, like pickle, that kind of vibes, that kind of taste if you've ever had pickles. So it's a very savoury flavour. It's kind of quite salty. Savoury, remember, means salty or spicy, like pizza sauce or a peppery steak. Savoury is the opposite of sweet. So we could say that savoury is an antonym of sweet, an opposite. It means the opposite thing. My next favourite savoury food, and I know that lots of you will hear me on this one. I know lots of children in Year 5 absolutely adore this food, because when I get the dinner register every Wednesday, this is a really popular option. My next favourite savoury food is roast dinner. Love roast dinner, especially with that salty gravy, or maybe that pork with the crackling, the crispy. Oh, it's delicious. It's my favourite. I don't eat lots and lots and lots of meat. I'm not a vegetarian, but meat isn't my favourite food. But roast dinner, I just can't resist it. It's so yummy. And the final savoury food that I am going to share with you that I absolutely love. It's naughty. It is naughty. Don't tell anyone. I know I'm supposed to be. I'm a teacher. I'm supposed to tell you, healthy food is the way forward. And yes, it is. It's very good for you. And I do eat lots of fruit and vegetables. However, this particular savoury food, I just can't resist it. Can't resist it. Fish and chips. Think of that salt on top of the chips and the vinegar. It's a really savoury flavour. It's not sweet at all. It is savoury. Remember, savoury means salty or spicy, like pizza sauce or a peppery steak. So fish and chips can be quite salty. Even if you don't put salt on top, you get that savoury flavour because it's the opposite of sweet. Savoury is the opposite of sweet. So you're going to have 2 challenges today. I will not forget to put the handwriting challenge in. Challenge number 1 is your handwriting challenge, and I want you to really take your time with this, okay? If you do your handwriting and it doesn't reach the same high standard that it would do if we were in school, then I want you to think again, guys, okay? I really, really do, because this week I am offering 2 dojos to everybody who completes their handwriting challenge and takes a photo and sends it to me. And I will only give those dojos if the standard of the handwriting is just as good as it would be in school, okay? So think really carefully about quality. Here is your handwriting challenge. Okay, challenge number 2 for today's word of the day. You need to get a piece of paper and set it up so that it looks like this. The next thing that you need to do is have a little think about your favourite foods. There are 2 ways that you can do this challenge. You could use your piece of paper to write a list of your favourite savoury foods. So you might write chocolate and draw some chocolate there. You might write Haribo and draw a picture of some Haribo. You might write cake and draw a picture of some cake in the sweet column, and then you might move over to the savoury column and write Marmite and draw a jar of Marmite. You can use this piece of paper as a list, so you can write and draw pictures in it. If you would prefer, and you absolutely must have permission from an adult to do this, you can do the following. You can go to your kitchen cupboards and you can put on top of your paper the items of food that you think are your favourite sweet and savoury foods. So I've done this challenge in a photo format rather than by writing a list. Okay, so that is your 2 challenges for your word of the day. Remember that our word of the day today is savoury. Savoury, and it means salty or spicy, like pizza sauce or a peppery steak. And if you remember one thing today, I want you to remember that savoury is the opposite of sweet. Have an amazing day. Have a lovely afternoon. Don't forget to read something incredible or listen to a story online. And I really, really hope that you will join me for another word tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.